a rare divide is emerging within the West. As the United States adopts a hardline stance in the Strait of Hormuz crisis, key allies across Europe and Asia are increasingly voicing concern over the global economic and security fallout. What was once a coordinated Western response is now showing signs of strain, with partners urging restraint and a return to diplomacy. The immediate trigger for this divergence is the collapse of US-Iran talks in Islamabad, which ended without agreement and cast serious doubt over the fragile ceasefire announced earlier. While Washington has blamed Tehran for breaking commitments, European leaders have questioned the preparedness of the negotiations and warned that the diplomatic path ahead could be long and uncertain.
I was not surprised by the decision to break off the talks. I did not have the impression from the beginning that they were really well prepared. It will be a longer process now. We will continue to feel the consequences of this war for a long time, even after it is over.
At the same time, the economic consequences of the crisis are already being felt far beyond the Middle East, with Germany warning of a cascading global impact. From rising fuel prices to disruptions in essential supplies, the situation is no longer confined to geopolitics, but is rapidly turning into a worldwide economic concern.
It is urgently necessary to clarify these issues and ensure that the Strait of Hormuz, which is an international maritime route, is free and open. This is required by international maritime law. I must also say that I strongly support the American position that we need a credible and reliable commitment from Iran to abandon its pursuit of a nuclear weapon. This must be transparent and verifiable, and it must be credible.
In Asia, the urgency is even more pronounced. Japan, heavily dependent on Middle Eastern energy supplies, has stressed that keeping the Strait of Hormuz open is critical not just for regional stability, but for the functioning of global trade itself.
I stressed that it is necessary to secure a free and safe passage for all vessels, including those of Asia and Japan, through the Straits of Hormuz, which is the world's logistics hub for international public goods, without a delay and as an urgent matter.
The United Kingdom, meanwhile, has struck a cautious tone, supporting efforts to restore navigation and de-escalate tensions, while also choosing to stay out of direct military involvement. British leadership has acknowledged the fragility of the current ceasefire and the significant economic damage already unfolding.
Because whilst the ceasefire between the US, Israel and Iran is undeniably welcome, it is also highly fragile. The region remains on edge, and a lot of work is required to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, to de-escalate the situation, leading to a sustainable ceasefire. In pursuit of that goal, we call for Lebanon to be included urgently in the ceasefire. Diplomacy is the right path, and I welcome the talks taking place this week. Hezbollah must disarm, but I'm equally clear Israel's strikes are wrong. They are having devastating humanitarian consequences and pushing Lebanon into a crisis.
As global powers call for stability and the reopening of one of the world's most critical energy corridors, the growing disconnect within the West is becoming increasingly evident, raising questions about unity, strategy, and the path forward in a crisis with worldwide consequences.